spatial planes. So, general equation of a plane is A times x, B times y, C times z plus d equals 0. This is the general equation. Now, first consider this one. If d is 0, okay, so this means the plane pass from the origin. Okay, d is 0. We understand the plane is passing from the origin, 0, 0, 0. Okay, because if you put the 0, 0, 0, the equation is satisfied. So that's why the plane is passing from this origin. Now, the second case, if d is 0, the first one is valid, and also a is 0. So it means you have this one, b times y, c times z equals 0. Now, in this case, any point on the x-axis, so this one, x sub 0, 0, 0, okay, this point is on the x-axis, satisfies this equation. So therefore, we conclude that, therefore, a times x plus b times y equals 0 denotes the plane parallel to the x-axis. Not parallel, it's passing, right? Passing from x-axis. Because every point is on this plane, passing from x-axis. Okay. So similarly, so we can write this one. If d is 0, a is 0, then we have this one. So this denotes the plane passing from x-axis. So similarly the other cases. Now if d is 0, b is 0, so you have this one. So this denotes the plane passing from y-axis. Also you have this one, d is 0, c is 0, and then you have b times y times a times x. So let me write in this form. A times x plus b times y equals 0. So this one denotes the plane passing from z-axis. Okay, now let me give you an example. Find the equation of the plane passing from x-axis and the point two, 1, 3. So above information tells that you have this form: b times y plus c times z equals 0. Okay? So the point 2, 1, 3 should satisfy this equation. So let me put this here. So you have b plus 3 times c equals 0. Or we can write b over c equals negative. So if you put, now let me write this one: b times y plus c times z equals 0. So I can write this one: b over c y plus z equals 0. Or you can write 3 times y plus z equals 0. So this is the equation. So this is our plane. You see, it is passing from x-axis. Yeah. So this is our point. So it's passing from this point and x-axis. So let's say B. So B, this one, D is 0, and also A and B 0. So you have this one, C times Z equals 0. So C is not 0, because if C is 0, there is nothing to speak about. So C is not 0, so it means Z equals 0. So this denotes the x or y coordinate plane. So the other case is similar. Here A is C 0, so you have B times Y 0, and this denotes the x or z coordinate plane. Similarly, if B and C is 0, then you have A times x is 0, and this denotes the y or z coordinate plane. So if D is 0, we have these two cases. So if one coefficient is 0, then it means it is passing from this axis, x, y, or z. If two of them are 0, it means you have coordinate plane. So let's say 2, d is not 0. Okay? So you have this one, a times x, b times y, c times z plus d equals 0. So in this case, our plane is not passing from the origin, because origin does not satisfy this equation. Okay? So let's say a. Again, d is not 0, but a is 0. So then you have this equation, b times y, c times z plus d equals 0. So any point on the x-axis, so this point is this one, x sub 0, 0, 0, right? This one does not satisfy this equation. So this tells the plane is parallel to the x-axis. Okay, let me write again. In this case, if d is not 0, a is 0, you have this equation. So the plane is parallel to the x-axis. The other cases are similar. So d is not 0, b is 0, so you have b a times x, c times z plus d 0, and the plane is parallel to the y-axis. And third one, d is not 0, c is 0, so you have this one, a times x plus b times y plus d is 0, so the plane is parallel to the z-axis. So one example for this case, find the equation of the plane passing from the points P1 to negative 35, P2, 5, negative 1, 7, and parallel to the y-axis. Now look at here, parallel to the y-axis, it means we have this one, a times x, c times z plus d equals 0. Okay, let me continue here. Now our point should satisfy this equation. So if you put this equation, you have 2 times A, 5 times Z, 5 times C, plus D equals 0. Also, we have 5 times A, 7 times C, plus D equals 0. Okay, from these two equations, we have this one. So I subtract the second one from the first one. So 3 times A, 2 times C equals 0. So from these, we have A equals negative 2 or 3C. Now, if you put this information in the first equation, you have 2 times A. Okay, let me put this one. So you have 2 times negative 2 or 3C plus 5 times C plus D equals 0. So negative 4 or 3C 5C equals negative D, and then you have 15 11 or 3C equals negative D, or you can write negative 3 or 11D. So A becomes then negative 2 or 3, so 2 or 11D. So we have this one, 2 or 11X, 3 or 11 Z plus 1 equals 0. D should be, D is not 0, okay? So from here you have this equation, 2 times X, 3 times Z plus 11 equals 0. So this is the equation. B. D is not 0. A is 0. Two coefficients are 0. So AB is 0. So you have this one. C times Z plus D equals 0. So this, in this case, any point in the form X sub 0, Y sub 0 and 0, okay, does not satisfy this equation. So this tells that the plane is parallel to the x or y coordinate plane. So let me write again. D is not 0. A and B is 0. So you have this equation. So this one denotes the plane parallel to x or y plane, coordinate plane. So similarly, D is not 0, A and C is 0, so then BY plus D equals 0 denotes the plane parallel to X or Z plane. And the last one, D is not 0, B and C is 0, so you have A times X plus D 0, and this denotes the plane parallel to Y or Z plane. So if D is 0, we have two cases. One is passing from the axis. The second, it becomes a coordinate plane. If D is not 0, then the plane is parallel to the x-axis or the coordinate plane. That's all. Okay, one example for this case. Find the equation passing from -1, -2, 3 and parallel to the x or y coordinate plane. Okay, we have this equation, C times Z plus D equals 0, and the points should satisfy this equation, so you put the 3 times C plus D equals 0, and from here you have C or D equals -1 over 3. So then, if you write this plane in this form, C over D Z plus 1 equals 0. So then -1 over 3Z plus 1 equals 0, or -Z plus 3 equals 0. Or simple one, z equal 3. Okay? So this is the plane. Okay, the green one, coordinate plane. The red one is z equals